I cannot get a hold of these hairs that are floating around from my cat and dog, especially my dog because she's shedding. It is the start of summer, so I figured, why not make a video laughing at Onision for 20 minutes straight? For the lulz. Nobody really cares what he's up to, especially me. But hey, let's be honest here. You talk about Onision, you're gonna get clicks no matter what. Especially when the entire internet literally hates you. So let's dive in and laugh at Onision with some of his most recent forum posts and see how miserable he really is. But before we start laughing, special thanks to our incredible sponsor of the channel today. They've been a rock star supporting this channel. You've heard of them before, Raycon. One of my favorite things about Raycon is the price point. They're a fraction of the price of your normal premium earbuds that you would buy on the market today, which are, in my personal opinion, a little bit overpriced. They have incredible Bluetooth. They have a variety of different colors. They're very sleek in design and fashionable. Look at those. They fit a variety of different ears. They sound amazing with incredible powerful bass. I use these guys every single night when I listen to ASMR. They don't fall out of my ears. But the best thing of all is, well, again, the price point. If you click the link down below in the description box, buyraycon.com/Repzion, you'll get 15% off your order of these amazing earbuds. So not only are you saving money, but you're saving more money, and you're supporting me. Certain videos I don't put ads on. If you want to support the channel, click the link down below. Check out Raycon today. Support the channel, click the link. You will not be disappointed. Grab a beer, some coffee like me, and just sit back and laugh, because that's what this video is about. It's about entertaining you with the lowest form of stupidity that you can go with the one and one only, Onision. He's just not relevant anymore, and I agree, but laughter is good for the soul. But for those of you who don't know, Onision has he's made about, I think 12 or 13 different websites in the last couple years or so. And he keeps doing the same thing continuously, which doesn't really make a lot of sense. He keeps making websites. He makes these website forms. He then deletes everything, makes another one. Deletes everything, makes another one. Deletes everything, makes another one. And I'm gonna be completely transparent with this, but observing him is fascinating to me because of all the people on this platform. He does something that nobody really else does. He talks to himself all of the time. 7 days a week, on his own website, speaking into the void. YouTube is pretty much the most popular bullying site in the world, wondering when they're gonna decide to be on the right side of history again and actually crack down on the bullying rather than monetizing it. His posts are always filled with such funny irony, and if I could put a finger on any person on the entire platform of YouTube over the last 10 years, he has to be the #1 with no social awareness because of things that he says like this. It's just like, wow. Whoa. Ooh. The hundreds of videos you made about, EC, aren't you guilty of the exact same thing you're criticizing of? When I say that he talks to himself, allow me to showcase you what I mean. It was revealed by the Pentagon that UFOs are real. So, do you believe aliens are real? Have you ever had an experience with aliens? At one point, I thought I may have been abducted, which was kind of a confusing thing. Do you think aliens can transport humans through glass? Greg, are you on the devil's lettuce? Because some of these posts just are very, very out there. But it gets even better. I, along with a lot of people, have a problem with Twitter. I go on ranting and I just can't stop. I think I'm in control, but I'm not. I get so angry in my ranting, and it's been going on for years. Yeah, you think? My problem is, I'm so certain that what I'm saying is true based on extensive evidence I have for each argument. I'm proposing that I get even more motivated when anybody argues with me. Someone says something that challenges what I say, so I'll go into even more depth to dissect what they say to further elaborate on my points. But the reality is, this is all a waste of time and life. You know what's also a waste of time and life, Greg? Making 12+ websites, making forum posts talking to yourself, speaking into the empty void of space. It's like your personal online journal. The moment you get tired of it, you rip out the page and start over again. So how do you deal with it? Well, ... You change your password to something you don't even know and only allow yourself to update Twitter through other apps, like that feature they had where you once would upload a YouTube, you're automatically promoted to Twitter. Thing is, they don't have that feature there anymore, so I guess I'll just have to use other sites? I've tried this before and always wound back up on Twitter. The first step to recovery is admitting that you have a problem. Well, I have a serious problem and I'd like to fix it. I never feel better after my rants. I rarely feel like they've accomplished anything, so it has to stop. Greg, just do it. Admitting you have a problem solves nothing if you can't chop the onion without crying. And see, the key to that is actually based upon where you cut. You could chop 1,000 onions, say to yourself, I'm not gonna cry this time, but ultimately at the end of the day, you do cry because you still haven't learned how to properly cut the onion in a way which doesn't allow those onion chemicals to hit your ears, eyes, and start crying. You can have the how-to knowledge of how to cut an onion, but application is a whole nother ball game in which you don't have a baseball glove. Today on livestream, a woman accused me of getting plastic surgery. I've heard this rumor before, so I decided to straight up post a picture from me as an 18-year-old. Have fun comparing the two. Lol. Question: do the rumor spreaders ever get tired of being wrong and pretty much everything all the time? It must be exhausting. One way you can be one of the unhappiest people on the internet is by replying to everybody, but taking what people say to heart. Especially randoms. And I can't, when I read this, somebody accused me of plastic surgery. Allow me to make a video and debate online about how I didn't actually use plastic surgery, but I just hella use all those Snapchat filters and Instagram filters so I can look like I'm 18 years of age. Greg still hasn't found the way to look young with style. You see, in one video, I can go from a sexy hot lesbian to a hipster bisexual to a penis-shaped head with a receding hairline. Being able to adapt to any style of fashion is a critical skill that this 35-year-old man doesn't have. I guess Discovery Plus was not satisfied with me losing my job of 13 plus years. Now they're going for my existence itself. That's pretty haunting. Normally in documentaries, they present actual evidence. They have court documents, arrests, all that stuff. Not this time. This time we're the judge, the jury, the executioners. No evidence of courts required. No amount of money is worth ruining an innocent person's life. How does one claim innocence when 99.9% of everything that you've done is publicly online for people to consume and see? How are you innocent when people have spent years pointing out contradictions and blatant lies by you, Greg? But I have a PSA for you, Greg. Instead of putting your life of 13 years on YouTube, maybe you should go out and get some real job skills. I know that's what I did in 2017. I'm like, you know what? YouTube is not a really viable, I mean, it can be. YouTube is not a very viable solution to finances. Your income fluctuates every single month, every single year. It's not consistent. Sometimes you can make a lot, sometimes you can make a little, sometimes you don't make any at all. And if you're trying to save and, buy a house one day or, just be financially successful, YouTube necessarily isn't the way to go with that. I said, hey, you know what? I'm gonna go back to school. I'm gonna get my trades degree in construction. I'll always have something to fall back on. I'm certified by the state, and no matter what job I get, I start at minimally as like $25 an hour. Yes, YouTube can be somebody's career and job. But if your only skill set is just posting a video, editing, and uploading, and you can't do anything outside of that, and you're not very good at it, after 13 years, you think you might want to try to reconsider some different options. Like, hey, Greg, there's no shame in working at McDonald's. I'm not being condescending here either. Or going back to school and getting educated in something that you're interested in and pursuing a degree in whatever you want. I know right now, especially in the construction field, plumbers, carpentry, welding, electricians, these are trades. And these are trades that are ever growing and expanding because they need people. And one of the biggest problems with our generation right now is that you have people who are 20 years old, 25, and they don't have any actual skills to get them hired to have a good career and a job path. Do you know how much a person who specializes in septic systems makes in the state of Washington? Especially if you go to the outer towns like Enumclaw or Buckley, where a lot of land and houses and homes are on septic systems. You specialize or you focus on one thing, plumbing, electricians, you're always going to have a job and you're always going to have a market that needs people because people don't know how to do anything, and it only takes about roughly 1 or 2, maybe 3 years to get educated on everything that you need to know about a career path. I always tell people, pursue the trades. There is such a demand. There's always people needing to work on cars. There's always a need of electricians. You need power in every place you go. There's always a need for construction with metal welding. There's always a need for plumbing for almost every building that's made. It's like, holy moly, guacamole. There's so much that you can do. But sometimes it's just easier for people to complain and bitch online. Try to make people feel sorry that you've spent 13 years of your life, you've done some terrible, terrible thing, And everybody on the internet hates you. Boo fucking who, man. Alright, so first of all, I want to thank you all for your help. Also, in my future videos, if you like, pay close attention to my eyelid, as you may notice a bump that looks different, or even is completely gone. Guess what I did? Nope. Not the hot compress. That never worked. Ha 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 ha. You know what did work? Well, I'll start with this. I was rubbing my eyes so much that it caused irritation on the other eyelid. There was redness around the edge of my left eye, so I flipped my eyelid and saw a whitehead. Right away, I poked the whitehead with a needle. Then I wiped away all the stuff that came out with a wet wipe. This is so dangerous! You moron! Do you know what that can do? If you have an unsanitized needle and you're plucking your eyeball near your eyelid, not only is that dangerous, if you do one thing wrong, you can go but I promise you that needle was probably not sanitized, thus you run the risk of having an eye infection and causing actual eye damage to your eyelid or eyeball. This is why you go to the doctors and have a professional do it. But hey, wouldn't that be a great internet meme? Onision goes blind in one eye because he's too stupid to know what he's actually doing. So my left eyelid was now better, and my right eyelid still had a massive hard bump deep in the eyelid. The bump on my right eyelid didn't feel like the one on the left, mostly because of the size and because the left eyelid bump was so close to the edge of my eyelid. Well, today when I woke up, I noticed the bump was the same size, if not bigger than ever. I noticed this because my eyelid wasn't retracting like it normally did, and my eye felt automatically partially closed. So I was getting impatient. I had already applied the hot compresses so many times, nothing positive happened. I even did the hot-cold swappings out, and I even poked a needle through my front of my eyelid a few times, nothing same size, if not bigger. Today I thought about just taking a scalpel, and cutting through the front myself, but I thought, dude, you don't even know what this is, and once your eyelid is open, you won't even know what to do with it if you find it doesn't automatically come out on its own. So, what did I do? I thought about the other eyelid issue I had with the whitehead right away, and then decided to flip my other eyelid back so I could see what's inside the eyelid looked like, It was quite a bit deeper than the other issues I had, but there it was. Deep in my eyelid was a massive whitehead. So with the help of my buddy, I pulled back my eyelid, holding my eyelashes. I poked the whitehead under my eyelid with a needle multiple times and had my buddy push on the whitehead, and the stuff spiraled out of the inside of my eyelid. It was like cleaning up a massive toxic spill of spewing out of the ground. Oh my gosh, it was so gross. I would have filmed it, but don't bother sharing my personal life on the videos anymore. Ha 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 ha. My own experience, all for me, however gross it may have been. This is what his forums have resorted to. Literally, posts like this of him just talking about the most random stuff, highlighting how stupid he is. When I see a woman, I think, oh, there's a monster who will try to ruin my life and take zero responsibility for her own actions no matter how many times I reject or dump her. Got a problem with that? Blame other women, they ruined you. I'm dudes only here from now on. Ah yes, blame one gender for all of the problems in the universe that you have faced. Well, I'm gonna burst your little bubble. Men and women can both be bad. They can both be bad people. If you think the badness exists on a scale because women are more inclined to do this or that, not only is that just inaccurate, but you're blaming an entire gender for problems that you have faced. You don't know how to take accountability for things that you've done and said. Men aren't much better, Greg. You yourself are a great example of that. I once slept in a car during a video collaboration because I didn't want any of the women there to have any chance to say I did something. They all slept in their own beds. I slept in my SUV with the doors locked. That's how much women scare me. Yeah, but Greg, women are scared of you too. And finally, Greg has just recently started doing YouTube profiles in which he rates people from a 1 through 5 star and gives his own little personal review on YouTubers, which is hysterical to me. Like, I just keep rolling my eyes when I see things like this. Reviewing Shane, reviewing James, reviewing EC. Like, he acts as if thousands upon thousands of people are, like, actively reading and actually care about what he has to say about these people. But yeah, that's what he's been up to. Wasn't a lot of substance to this video outside of just laughing. But I hope this video entertained you in a small little smidgen nonetheless. All my socials are linked down below in the description. Expand that description box, see them, follow them. E3 is happening right now, so I'm gonna go on Twitch, watch some video game reveals, and I will catch you guys next week for a brand new video. Have a great rest of your weekend, and peace. The Rep out.